Hi everybody, it's Kathy here from Kathy Loves a Scrap, and I'm coming to you from the land down under. Today I'm on series 15, day 14, and this one is done by Nikki Ihus, or known as Nikki's Scrapbooking Adventure. I have chosen to use pencils instead of the arrows for mine because it fitted the theme of my photo. So I have gone ahead on my Cricut, cut out the pencils, and these are the dies that I'm using. I have got my title cut out on the Cricut as well, and as you can see, I've gone ahead with all these pencils that are going to form the arrows on the page. I am using this lined paper here, and I'm going to use a yellow cardstock. Now I'm going to prepare my frame as I always do by cutting out the center, so I leave a 1-inch frame on which to place my base, and I take a 1/4 of an inch from my base paper on both sides so that it fits nicely on the frame with a little bit showing and just adding that little bit of color to finish off the page. So I thought that this was a bit stark, so I'm adding some black splatters using black dilution ink here, and I'll let that dry for a few minutes because it is ink. It will dry fairly quickly into that paper. This layout here, I decided to use the pencils instead of the arrows, as I said, because it matched my photo, which was from the 100 Days of School for Kindergarten last year. It was the first time our senior executive had joined in on that celebration with kindergarten, and we all had our shirts made so that we could wear them on that day. I used the Cricut, as I said, to cut out the different coloured pencils, and I'm just manipulating them around the layout so that I can get the colour balance right and decide where's the best place for them. Most of them I'm gluing down flat, but I am going to pop a few up on foam tape, and that's just to add some dimension to the layout. Now, here's where I make a little bit of a boo-boo, and I don't leave a big enough space between those two rows, and then that causes a problem further down the layout. If I just moved it down a little bit more, it would have been a lot more even, but I wasn't paying attention, and I'd already glued down the pencil, so I didn't want to ruin the page by lifting it, but it works out in the end with my embellishments at the bottom. So I'm just overlaying this last lot of pencils so that they are coming over the top instead of being tucked in behind, and I'm popping up those ones, as I said, with some foam tape to give some dimension to the layout. Alright, I'm just going to glue down this title, and it's great having notepad paper because you can just line up along the line and it's nice and straight. So I've got this little die cut here that is a little schoolhouse, and I'm just going to add the little bell into the tower there. Obviously Australian schools aren't like that, it's more of an American school image, but I still went with the school flow for this layout. I have these cute little children die cuts, a little girl and 2 boys I've decided to put on the layout to represent kindergarten at school, and they're my embellishments for that bottom corner. I'm using some faux stitching to finish it off. It looks like the dotted lines that children write on when they're learning to write. It ties in with the school theme as well. So all of this comes together nicely, and I'm actually liking how it's come together. Just putting in some journaling down here into this empty space, but it also is a reminder that it was the 100 days of kindergarten at school. So there's my layout. I really like how it has turned out, but as always, I need to add my Nuvo drops to set up my visual triangle, and I'm just contemplating where's the best place for that to be on this layout, given that there aren't very many in the way of clusters. So I want the eye to drag down, but already, as you see, when this second one goes in, your eye relaxes a little and it actually now flows across the page. And when the third one goes into play, your eye automatically just moves around that page nice and calmly, despite what's going on in the background, and your photo then pops out. And that's why I use the Nuvo drops. It's to help build that nice, peaceful transition for your eye around the page. But looking at my layout now, I'm contemplating it, and I will show you. There's where the Nuvo dots have gone in. That's how the detail of those pencils. There's my title, and there's those cute little die cuts of the little children. and as you can see, it looks pretty good, except I sit there and I contemplate, as I do with most of my layouts, and I'm not happy with it just yet, so I think I'll add some sequins to it. And I've got one of Spiegel Mum's packets here, and inside that she has these little flower sequins, and so I'm going to add those to the center of the flowers just to give it a little bit of a pop, give it a little bit of bling, and make a little bit of point of interest on that somewhat flat layout. As you can see, just using my awl there to pick them up, and I just dab it into the glue, and that allows it to pick it up without too much fuss, and then I just place it into the glue and pop it down with the pressure of my finger, and that makes it stay in place. Now it is very, very cold here in Sydney, so the glue is a little bit reluctant to come out, and it is not as free-flowing as I would normally have it. But there's enough glue onto the page to hold these sequins in place. If you've never bought Spiegel Mum's sequins, I really strongly suggest that you look at them. They are beautiful, and the things that are in the combinations are very diverse and very, very, very good quality. So I'm just making sure that all of those sequins are in place now, and when I'm happy with that, I feel like it's now got that pop that it needed. So instead of using the arrows from the original sketch that Nikki did, I went with the pencils. I'm happy that I went with the pencils. It's something a little bit different, but still maintaining the integrity of the sketch. And you can see those beautiful little flowers there in the middle, and the colours just popping off that page now, and lifting those pencils to make them look that little bit more special. Here's the original sketch once again, so that you can see how that's come together, and here's my layout. And I'm quite pleased with it. I could have had more embellishments up in the top right-hand corner, top left-hand corner, sorry, but I really didn't think that it was necessary for this layout, just because of the structure of it and the way I've chosen to use the pencils. So it just shows that you can add or change any element on the sketch and still stay true to it. If there's anything here that you like, please take a photo and lift away. I'm Kathy from Kathy Loves to Scrap, and I'm coming to you from Down Under. Give me a like so it lets YouTube know that you want to see more of my content. And don't forget to subscribe if you aren't, and thanks for coming back if you are already subscribed. Leave me a comment. I will promise I'll get back to you. I love the feedback. It keeps me going. And remember, you can find me on all my socials under Kathy Loves to Scrap. Instagram, where you'll find all my layouts, even those without a video. Thanks once again for watching. Happy scrapping. See you next time.